Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Squeeze.
First carry for Royce Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they let you play. 61, matchbox, lights. Check 3. Gone. Safety's creeping. Hey, lock it. 5.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. And this will be taken at the 13. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go.
Rivers now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sacked there by Nick Perry, the outside linebacker.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Rivers. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
47 Mike. Cluster. Get off the field. Let's get off the field. Go. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Yeah. You don't want none. 47.
To throw again. Rivers. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Set 180. Black 15. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the 1st half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Rivers looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Ready to break.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is Freeman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Aguilar has it. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
On 1st down, Herbert eluding the pressure right. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Back to throw. Herbert looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A first carry now. This is Hill. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Ready. 47. Mike's 47. Hey,
and now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Break. 47, Mike. 47. Guys, game situation. Let's go. Shoot! 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Nice.
On third down. It's Freeman, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. On the return, Harris. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Tight dog.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Alpha! He don't want it. Chance. Check 52.
On second down, Kamara. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Both seven. Left. Wait, 89.
To throw on third down, Rivers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, wahoo! 56, Mike, 56. Watch that.
From the gun, Herbert. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Broncos first down.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Herbert. It's caught by Aguilar. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Second and 2. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Second and 9 now. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. Third and goal. From the gun, Herbert. Caught on the slant. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now this throw caught left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And the Saints.
On first and 10, Rivers. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22. So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. Throwing Rivers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On second and 10, Rivers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Off play action. Herbert. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Okay, ready?
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
You're out.
I got him. Check it, Humphrey. 25.
Look at me. Go. Ready?
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating and it allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looking to throw. Herbert, he is going to find Hill here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. A final shot before break. Herbert, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
They come out here in the eye. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
Come on, fellas.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
See if they do just that. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Running with Kamara. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. First down, Rivers. Flushed out right. And this one complete to Smith. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 33. Here's Rivers. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
4 right. Hey, front 80.
Check, 47. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers, that's caught. It's Thomas. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot, and catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go, G.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
On the double.
47, check high 47. What we got?
Hey, exit.
47's the mic, 47's the mic.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Say go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Hey, go orange.
Rivers on 1st down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked.
Check 4.
X3, 218, chopper. White, 89.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
47, Mike, 47. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Throwing on 2nd down. Rivers. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, 79! 79!
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Corey Legion.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. The Broncos on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
30 base. Check, 47. Watch the screen, watch the step.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, he'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. looking to throw. Herbert. He's got his tight end fan. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
General West.
Back to the ground. It's Hill. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
70, Indy. Check right. Switch. Pilot, 64, weak. Check over.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Mike's 47. 5. 47, 300.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Corey Legion picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Check hot route. Hot. Room. 47.
Rivers. Open man, it's Keith Kirkwood. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Here's Hill on the return. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, box drop. 6, pull it high. Tackles.
On second down now, it's Hill. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Let's go.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, high 7.
Off the play fake. Herbert. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Go. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
47's the mic.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. Hey, orbit. Don't get done.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Out. Hey, dude.
He's back to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Rivers now from the 50. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
He looked to throw. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
White 90, Black 15! Hey, downtown!
Hey, check, Mike 50, Mike 50!
Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Wait, 89!
Rivers to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. Brings up a 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Alpha!
47's the mic, 47's the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Smooth!
Mike's 47. Here I come. 47, Mike.
Orange 5-4.
Mike, 47. Not today, Mike.
Behind!
One last shot now for Rivers. Now a desperation throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
All day.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
47's the mic, boy, 47.
Second down and inches. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. We know there's already a spotlight on this rookie quarterback, an even bigger spotlight here in overtime of this game, a costly pick.
No doubt about that, but here's the key. Game's not over. He may very well get another shot at this thing. So now he's got to go to the sideline, hope his defense picks him up, and be ready to go back out there and maybe make a similar throw hopefully successfully the next time.
380.
Let's go.
Keep it skinny.
Now the first throw in overtime for Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hey, Haywood.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Rivers from the gun on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's got his tight end, Jake Bunt. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And the Saints signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Herbert looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
47's the money.
1st down, Rivers. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Gets this one to Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Juwan James, the right tackle, first-round selection in 2014. He's the one that got flagged there. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Bravo. Ready?
From the gun, Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he's going to go down. Back in his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us. We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.